Alright. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Drinks and Discussion Podcast. I'm your host, KvngBak, aka Dad Hat Poppy, aka Bandana Sanchez. I think I was Hispanic in a former life because you notice how all of my nicknames are Hispanic based. Dad Hat Poppy, Bandana Sanchez. I think I might have been, dog. I could see myself as a cholo.
But these are nicknames that you made up for yourself.
I know, but my soul told me to make these names up.
Word.
Yeah, I think.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
So you just woke up one morning and just started doing the salsa?
Yeah, something like that.
Cha-cha.
Cha-cha.
Look, the dancer was like, y'all niggas better stop.
Alright, man, look, I got a couple cool people here with me today. I got Miss B here with me.
Always.
Man, PrimeTime Naeem has come back.
Yeah.
He has, blame him for the influx in YouTube traffic, because I don't know what this nigga's doing, but he has like the YouTube popping now. He does the editing for our videos. So like
check it out.
Keep everything in house, you know what I'm saying, with the family, man. But I appreciate you, dog. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but
family business, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get those things pumping, man.
Yeah, definitely keep it up. I know Tia was about to take my head off, and I threw you.
Oh yeah, and then she was gonna take my head off, but then the next day I got the video up there, so I was like, I got it.
Right. I sent it to her. She was like, "What's the link?" Like, come on, man. But yeah, then we got New Wave Lil, AJ Cameraman.
Yep.
As always, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for getting into this entanglement in which we call a podcast.
August.
All right, man. So before the podcast started, I made y'all watch 2 videos. I definitely
voluntold.
Yeah, I voluntold y'all to watch 2 videos because I definitely wanted to talk about this. So the Joe Budden podcast and Gilly's podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game, are now beefing. Gilly made a comment 4 years ago about not condoning, Black Lives Matter because of situations that he had been in. Of course, cancel culture got a hold of it 4 years later, and they were trying to cancel him. He spoke up on it. He was like, "Look, that comment was 4 years ago." He said, "I'm with Black Lives Matter. I'm doing stuff in the community. Black lives do matter to me. It's not that, it's not Black Lives Matter. It is, his situation that he was dealing with 4 years ago, that affected his voice 4 years ago. But I mean, he came back and cleaned it up. So Joe Budden got a hold of it on his podcast, played it, went on a rant. Rory stayed quiet. Rory didn't say much. Rory just had a question like, okay, well, did he clean it up?
Who's Rory? The one with the knees?
No,
Rory, the white dude.
The white dude. Who's the one with the knees?
That's Parks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Rory just asked a question. Rory was like, "Hey, look, did he clean it up? That's all I want to know. Did he clean it up?" Maul was trying to defend him to the. I don't think it was the point that Gilly was trying to make, that we have to care about ourselves before we step into the Black Lives Matter movement. But regardless of the fact, Gilly apologized for his comments back then. Now that he's educated, 4 years older, 4 years wiser, and then Joe Budden just had, he just did the Joe Budden thing, man. He just had a Joe Budden outburst. He was sweating and shit. So, so after y'all have seen it, what do y'all take from it? I just want to kind of touch on it real quick.
From the actual beef or from what was said?
Both. We can talk about both.
Okay. He cleaned it up. I don't know them. I don't follow them, so I don't really know what their personal beef is. But it seemed a little personal. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know them. I don't know their podcast. I don't have a lot of. I'm not very informed, other than just what we saw. So based on the videos, yeah, it seemed a little personal. I mean, there's a lot of people that have gone back and changed their stance on the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. And I mean, as long as they're not doing it just for clout or doing it just to be bandwagon, then I mean, if you learn, I mean, you can definitely learn from your mistakes, and you can kind of try to reconcile and try to fix it and come back and say, I've learned and I understand now, and I apologize for my previous mistake, and I'm growing and I'm learning. And we got to allow people to do that. You got to allow people to grow and allow people to learn and be able to admit their mistakes.
Absolutely. I agree with that. You had some
He was upset.
Yeah, you had some words, man.
So so basically my stance on the whole beef, like I stand with where Joe stands, you know what I'm saying? As far as like if you're talking about Black Lives Matter, like to me, like that whole All Lives Matter thing is just a cop out.
Right.
And I hear that a lot, and like just watching the interview like had got me like my blood like boiling a little bit, because I'm like, come on, like you just don't get it. So I understand the frustration with Budden, and why he was so upset, because me just watching it, you know what I mean? I got upset. But I think we do need to be a little careful, especially when it comes to this cancel culture crap, because we so quick to cancel somebody. And the dude did come back and say, like, yo, I'm with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
he did redeem himself, and
he did redeem himself. So I think, you know what I mean, on that fact. But I think Budden was still just like so, you know what I mean, hyped up on the stuff that he previously said, which was 4 years ago, which is a long time ago. And I think just with cancel culture in general, like we need to chill with like how quick we are to cancel somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and you talked about it, he does stuff for Black people. You know what I mean? Like he does stuff in this community. So it's like you got a good person who just has different opinions than you, and now you want to cancel him? Like that part I'm not really okay with. I don't think we should cancel the dude over comments that he made 4 years ago, and he cleared it up. So for me, even though like his original comments was like pissing me off, I don't see the need to, call to cancel him, or I don't even know why Joe is still mad to this day.
Got you. I mean, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, we done talked about it. I done said my piece. Y'all done said y'all piece, man. But I definitely wanted to touch on it only because I know it's gonna come up, later, and I didn't want to miss that window because it was recent. V.
Yo.
So what we doing today? What we talking about today?
So I mean, kind of rounding that out, let's talk about I wanted to talk about reconciliation, just about being able, like we just talked about, somebody learning and growing and learning their mistakes and accepting responsibility and coming back and being able to say, hey, I was wrong. Okay. But I want to talk about that in relationships and how people, you're in a relationship with somebody for a while. And there's that old saying that if you love somebody, let them go, and if they come back, then it's meant to be or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's about that letting people go and allowing them to come back. Like what necessarily is necessary for them to do or change, and how can you trust that they have changed?
Okay.
And what brought that up for me was again with the whole Will Jada situation. They were separated and moving towards divorce is what it seemed like from the talk, and they might not have, because I know both of them are kind of like they don't really want to divorce, but mm-hmm. I mean, just in other situations, like when you separate like that and things happen to continue to push you further apart, what is it that brings you back together? Like, when is that okay? And when is it not okay? or is it ever not okay? So I guess that's kind of what I wanted to reach out on. Like, are there any situations that y'all have been in that you kind of like separated and kind of learned from your mistakes or something and tried to come back and reconcile?
Let me see. Has there ever been a situation like that?
I mean, I think that would be like true unconditional love where you can, you know what I'm saying, where people mess up to a point where you don't even want to see them anymore, but the love is so strong that it brings you back. And sometimes the quote is, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? So once you're away from that person, then you start thinking about all the good stuff about them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of the situation. And even with the, you know, the Will and Jada situation, I think they have their issues just like everyone else has issues, but they love each other so much, and the connection that they have, they don't share with anyone else on this planet. So it's like you can go and try to find love with someone else, but it's just not going to be the same, you know, despite whatever issues you have. So then that just keeps bringing them back together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing I say a lot is it's better the monster you know. So it's better the one that you already know what you're going to deal with, you know what you're in for, you know where, you know what their buttons are. You've already learned that person. And then trying to leave and trying to learn somebody else. That's like
just the worst.
It's like, yeah,
that's
it's like
the worst.
I already know what I'm going to deal with when I'm here.
Right.
So why not just stay here and deal with it?
Right. And a lot of the times, you know, you see people where in what you may think is a bad situation, like, just fucking leave. Just fucking leave.
Right.
And it's like, but you know, if I leave, like, to them, it's like, yo, if I leave, I have to learn somebody else eventually. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like that.
Starting over is a pain.
That is the worst, man.
But it could be the best thing that happens to you is if you're ready to start over.
Right. You and in order to start over, you have to have courage. All right, perfect example. Right.
Courage.
Courage.
Like the cowardly dog.
Yeah.
Courage.
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 Intimate with courage.
One syllable. Courage.
Courage.
Got it.
But no, in all seriousness though, my Naeem knows this.
Okay.
All right, boom. So
Story time.
So my previous relationship had its ups and downs, and
yes, it did.
And you know, Naeem was there for the gist of the ride. Mm-hmm. And you know, I mean, you know, he kept it a beat with me. I kept it a beat with him because he was in a relationship at the time, or an entanglement.
Yes. Yes.
He was in some sort of entanglement at this point in time.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we would talk about this shit, man. And, you know, he'd be like, bro, just fucking leave. Just fucking leave. If you're not happy, you can leave. And I was just like...
But see, that's so easy for me to say.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's so easy for me to say.
It was easier for you to say and harder for me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even the situation that happened at that house.
Oh, Lord.
When the police officer knocked on the door, that situation...
Lord.
I think you can jump in the middle of that.
Yeah, no, just drop it right there.
Lord.
Just gonna drop it right there.
Right.
Yeah. Cops did show up.
Yeah,
things got tossed around. Yeah. That was,
Y'all stayed together through that.
Yeah, it was a while after that, right?
Oh, wow.
That was at the beginning portion.
Yeah, y'all did like another year after that part.
So it started off toxic.
Oh, yeah.
Lord, trying to break it. Oh, my God. Anyway. Trying to get in the middle of that.
With Baka.
Trying to entanglement with Baka.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I did a show this week.
Entanglement with Baka.
There you go.
Entanglement with Baka.
Yeah.
But
that was quite the entanglement.
Yeah, that was definitely quite the entanglement. But you know, but it's you're right, V. It's it's harder for people to leave when they're in the situation, man.
Oh, I understand. Like, okay, so I was in a situation, because I've dated people before, and it kind of been like, as soon as something goes wrong or something, like they out. It's a wrap.
Right.
And so it caused me to kind of be afraid to bring things up or to get angry about something because I had been conditioned that if something bad happens, they're gonna go.
Hey, I always say you don't really know where you stand with a person until things go wrong.
Right.
Right. Because you know what I mean? Because things are gonna go wrong.
Absolutely.
Right? You know what I mean? Like,
you're gonna fight, you're gonna argue, you're gonna have differences, and that's how you grow and that's how you learn each other.
Right.
And so I in my previous relationship, one of the things that kind of kept me there was when we did argue, he would try to kind of figure out. He started kind of trying to understand me better.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would be like, oh, okay, I understand that this is because of this. And, you know, we're going to argue. We're going to communicate. We're going to talk it out. We never really it was never a situation where we got loud with each other or anything like that. But it was like, you know, we're going to talk it out. We're going to discuss it. And afterwards, he really made sure to let me know, hey, we're good. Hey, you know, I understand. You know, I understand we had this argument, we discussed this, because I'm an overthinker. So even after the argument, I'm still going to be like, all right, now we had an argument. What happens next? What does that mean for us? So he was very good about being like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make sure tomorrow she knows we're good today.
You broke up with this guy?
No, wait. Is this the one that used to bring the liquor to the conversation?
Bring the liquor to the conversation.
Yeah, you know, you have to take a couple of shots of this particular liquor in order to talk.
Possibly.
Oh no, it was him.
But that's happened a couple different times. So I wouldn't necessarily say that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
No, you're good. But that was one of the things that I was like, okay, if we can talk and we can really get to the point that at the end of the day, it's like I'm still choosing this relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to choose us, even though even though we've had some differences, even though we had a conversation, we had some conflicting interests, I'm still choosing us. And that's like the biggest thing. But in that also, when it got to the point that he didn't choose us, it was a different kind of hit.
Got you. All right. Yeah.
So on both sides of that, like it's good when you're in it, but when you're out of it, it's like, now how do you reconcile that? Like, how do you reconcile something that has gotten to the point where it's done? And because some people do that. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, I've seen people that have been married. They get divorced. Mm-hmm. They could marry other people and get divorced and come right back to each other. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like, how do you go through something that negative and that big with somebody and still be like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna come back?
You know what?
It boils back down. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It boils back down to, like you said, once you know a person, they didn't want to go back through that process of relearning another person. They feel like maybe dealing with those problems that I had that was causing conflict within that relationship that lasted so long. They tried it with someone else. Shit ain't work. Let me go back and all right, I figured out the problem, y'all. I'm going back home. Listen, bitch, divorce you. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
But you know that's actually a good example. So. Of course, I've never been married, but dealing with relationships, I've been back with a young lady multiple times. So it's like, you know, the reason why I was so comfortable reverting back to her was that I knew, you know, like I knew what I was getting, I knew what I was dealing with. Right. But during the other relationships while we weren't together, I was still fucking learning myself. So like, you know, a lot of people jump in a relationship. A lot of people out here just don't know themselves. And it's all about knowing yourself. Like, you got to know you know, your triggers. You got to know, you know, your love language, or how you communicate best, or what you need to feel secure. Like, all of this shit is shit that you need to know. You need to date yourself before you date somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, you know.
I agree with that to an extent.
What you mean?
I agree with that to an extent.
What you mean, bro?
I agree with that to an extent because I mean, yes, you do need to know yourself, but if you're not in these situations, you're not going to learn how you react to them. So I don't know that you would completely know yourself until you're in that relationship, and then you have to be with someone who is willing to go through that journey with you.
Okay,
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just let me add on to what she's saying, because I think I feel what she's saying is like, sometimes, and people, like, a lot of people fear this, that when they date someone, they're just making them better for the next person, right? So y'all go through that relationship.
Let me get my wine.
And then you gonna learn so much from that relationship, and that's gonna make you a better person. But because you still mad at that person, it ain't gonna happen there, but it's gonna happen with the next person.
Right.
And like, that's what, like, a lot of people feel like, dang, I'm a lead. Like, you know what I mean? And my ex said this to me. That's how I know this.
No,
she was like, we going in and watch, you going to learn everything that I was trying to tell you, and you're going to be better for the next person. And that was true.
Yeah.
Like, everything that she was going through, I because I was in the situation, I couldn't really understand it. And I had to, you know, once I left, I had to grow from the situation. And she's right. I'm a better person for that now. But now I'm not with her. So it's crazy. So I kind of get what you're saying. It's like, you have to go through that.
Was it worth it to learn it like that, or wish you would have learned it beforehand?
Shit, I wish I would have learned it
But
beforehand.
how can you learn it
But
before?
don't count it in the
Counter interjection.
No. This is not. Hey man, listen. This is not Uno. You put draw 2. I put draw 2.
Somebody drawing 4.
I ain't drawing shit. But no, honestly though, like, would you, like, in that same scenario, would you, in the perfect world,
Right.
ideally you would want to learn that before or after, because you went through the cliff, right? You went through the ups and downs in that relationship, and it made you a better person. But what you would have learned, I feel like, I ain't gonna ask my own question. I feel like,
go ahead.
No, I ain't gonna do it. Honestly,
Do it for the pod. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the pod. I ain't gonna do it.
No, for real though, would you would have learned it beforehand or afterwards? Did it make you? Are you happier now, or you wish you would have changed some shit in the last relationship to make it happy?
I mean, so for me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't regret any of my past relationships. I'm just one of those people that my mistakes make me who I am. You know what I mean? And I may be a slow learner at times, but those mistakes made me who I am, and I learned from that, and it builded me, it molded me. So me personally, like, I feel like the only way I would regret it if there was something that was like a long lasting effect or something where I did something and it was still mentally affecting me to this day. But there's nothing that's like negatively affected me to this day where I'm like, I'm still hurt, or I wish I had her back. You know what I mean? Nah, but yeah, so it's nothing like that. So for me personally, you know what I mean? I had to go through it. That's how I feel. I feel like I had to go through that so I can learn and be better.
Right. I mean, that's how I feel about relationships. I feel like dating is a learning experience.
Right.
So you learn.
Nobody gets it right.
No.
Nobody's gotten it right in years.
Right.
I think niggas got it right. I think all the niggas in this room still ain't getting it right.
No, I got it right.
No.
I'm still trying to get it right.
I'm learning too, niggas.
Right. Niggas don't even get it right.
Right. It's still got it right.
I don't think there's gonna ever be a right. It's gonna be a comfort level, bro.
It's never gonna be a right.
A compromise.
Yeah.
It becomes like, what are you?
That's
what are you
all
willing
it is.
to deal with?
That is all it is. All it is a big ass compromise.
I forgot what book I read.
Are you willing to deal with my bullshit? Yes.
Oh.
Am I willing to deal with your bullshit? Yes. Nigga, let's be together.
Subtle art or not giving a fuck. I forgot who the author is. Subtle art not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's like you're always gonna have an issue. But how big of an issue or how small of an issue is what you had? He was like, we can. All right, so I want to buy a house. I got to go through all this bullshit to buy the house. Now, you replace that issue with mowing the grass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you got to maintain your grass. But it's always going to be, you're never going to replace the issue. You're never going to eliminate the issue. You will replace the issue with something bigger or smaller. Right. So you need to know what you got to put yourself into.
Yeah, I'm with that shit.
You just can't let those issues break you. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, is it something to a point where, like, look, I can't deal. And then that's when the relationship ends.
Yeah, and that it's really the straw that broke the camel's back.
Again.
Like that's really what it is.
I got the PDF. I'll ping it to you.
All right, guys.
So yeah, like you said, it's a compromise. What am I willing to deal with? And it's the same thing as far as the monster you already know, because you already know you dealt with them, and you get into something else, you start learning somebody else,
Right.
and it's like, now it's like, you kind of figure out the grass wasn't greener on the other side.
But is it not greener because you're bringing traits from that previous relationship over to the grass? You still watering bad water on that grass? What are you doing with that grass that might not be good enough?
I think sometimes, especially if you're not necessarily completely over the relationship, or if they're just, also with dating, I feel like you learn what your dislikes and your likes. So I don't know if it's necessarily bringing stuff over from the other one, but it's like, hey, now I've learned these are things that I like, or these are things that are necessary for me. These are things that I need. I learned that from this previous relationship, that he was giving me those things. And now I'm like, dang, those are things that I didn't realize were necessary for me, but now I understand that these things are necessary. So I don't think it's necessarily trying to make this person be that person, but it's saying there's some things I need. They don't have to do it exactly the same way that the last person did it, but you still need to check those boxes.
Yeah, because you came in with those boxes that wanted to be checked.
Right.
Yeah, matter of fact, Bot, you posted a status about this, about, going from relationship to relationship. You got to make sure you all the way healed up from the past one before you go ahead and move on.
Absolutely. When I started this podcast, I said, and I quote, I am a serial monogamist, and which I am, but dealing with the trauma, shut the hell up, dude. It's your face. It's her face.
It's done got me 3 times already.
Like I'm talking to y'all and I'm talking to them and I can see her face in the camera and shit. Like, all right,
that's my nigga though. That's my nigga.
So yes, being a serial monogamist, I had to learn. Like, look, I need to distance myself.
That should sound like you need to have a couple of charges, nigga. You can't be locked up. Yeah, I was serial monogamous in the whole city, nigga.
You hit him with the water.
Oh shit!
The Wally McWaller. Oh wait.
You hot now, right?
Hey, yeah, you sweating through that podcast.
Right.
Good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Man.
Go ahead.
It do sound like you need some charges. This nigga got a rap sheet.
I do have a rap sheet, man.
I knew Cynthia back in 09.
I do.
I'm monogamized her.
I do, man.
All right, go ahead. I ain't
Keep going. You were a serial monogamous when the podcast started.
And you said the same thing every time. I'm gonna repeat. All right,
no. I said my shit. I got my shit off, man. But yo, I really had to learn how to just distance myself.
How to monogamize.
How to monogamize.
Right.
How to monogamize.
Right. I'm confused. Like, what was wrong with being a serial monogamist?
I had to learn to live with not needing a relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you were.
That's why he's in a relationship with himself.
Oh no! Fuck no! No, I didn't say that.
I was out here trying to boost you. He out here loyal. He said,
wait. Okay, all right. I was just what you said. I just want to see what you said. But
I can't. Yo, V is that cousin. You mean you walk into the damn the family reunion, you see her name, y'all make eye contact, you be like, nigga, where you been?
Who you with?
Who you with?
All right, so
why is it not?
Yes, I remember that.
Cabbage Crossing?
Huh?
This stuff I'm typing not coming up, but it's okay.
No,
but I typed more than that. It's okay. Go.
Okay. All right.
We're talking about you.
Go. Who's next? Go.
All right.
Go.
So.
No, he'll total.
Oh my God. All right. So yes.
Sitting down. No.
Before we left.
You're talking about you being a serial monogamous and how you was loyal.
No, you were trying to say I wasn't loyal, and I'm trying to defend that point. I am.
You're trying to say you're not loyal no more.
Lord,
what?
here we
No,
go.
I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
I am not saying that at all.
Okay.
We a cup at.
Huh?
You good? You need a refill?
No, it's good. It's good.
Oh, I'm just making
Sure,
sure.
I need her.
Oh, you know.
beat him there. Can I get a re? No, stop. Let's stop.
Go ahead. Do that note. Do that note. Can I get a re? Can I get a
Okay.
Bro, y'all gotta chill, man.
What level that was, but okay.
Hit the ring scale.
All the speakers just got muted right there. Like, mute.
Don't forget he the nigga that edited, so his voice gonna be like, "Can I get him?" This was brought to you by the Discussion Podcast.
No. I'm gonna replace my voice with like Maxwell.
Nigga, I'm gonna throw the auto-tune on your shirt. Right there. I'm gonna chop that one part out. Yeah.
I'm gonna highlight it on me. Zoom in. Like, all right, let me stop.
My God.
Okay. So you was out here loyal, and now you're not no more.
What? No, I didn't say that. Why are you trying to put me in the non-loyal nigga category?
You said I was a serial monogamous, and I had to learn how to not be monogamous.
No. I had to learn how to not be in a relationship. Nigga. God damn, trying to throw me under the bus. No, I had to learn how to not be in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you just dating casually.
Fucking God. All right, so
shit.
Yeah, right, bro. She's not.
I'm asking.
You're not about to entangle. You're not about to entangle me in
but
this.
you already entangled yourself.
Like that spider you threw up the second.
Yo, come on, man. That spider good, man. He all right. He caught himself.
Okay, so
he shot a web on his way down. He said,
"He ain't Spider Man, nigga. He's Spider."
Oh man, but yeah, man.
So you had to learn how to be by yourself.
Yeah, like didn't you have at some point in time? Didn't you have to learn how to be by?
I was by myself for like 4 years.
You had to learn how to be by yourself.
I was tired of it at the end.
So is it hard for you to be loyal since you're having trouble with it?
Wow, where are we coming up with this?
Oh my God!
Where is this coming from?
Go.
I'm gonna throw something.
Who's next?
Where are we coming from, sir?
Go. Hey. Hip Hop Harry. Who's next?
All right, so where are we coming? Is this because I brought up the story, bro? I didn't even bring up the story on the podcast.
You did, but it was online though.
You had your hand on your knee. I thought you was next, nigga.
Are we gonna be Joe Budden and Gilly? Are we gonna start beefing now?
Podcast. No, we got a podcast we can beef with.
No.
I'll wait.
You said what now?
Oh shit!
So I got podcasts we can beef with.
Oh.
All the smoke.
Go ahead and let it out.
I want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
Who you looking at?
Nigga, I only got 2 eyes, motherfuckers on light skin. We'll save that for next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z.
We were talking Dragon Ball Z.
All right, so back to what we were talking about.
You talking about your loyalty?
How my loyalty is intact. If I'm with you, I'm loyal to you.
If you with them, how?
Where's the commitment level of this? I'm with you.
Is this dating? Ooh. Like, are you dating exclusive?
When do you? You like 16 podcasts with exclusive dating.
Oh, who, me?
You.
Who?
Bringing up dating exclusively. Dating exclusively.
How the tables have turned.
I'm single AF.
When you came in here that one day and I said your DMs was open, you said no, they not. I looked at you, fuck. How this shit changed from a week, nigga? Like, how you getting in the whole week?
My DMs are open, but don't come in there with no nonsense.
Hey, I lost my puppy in your email. Can I get it back? What's your address?
No, you don't ask for my address. I'll get you blocked.
But you was gonna bring the puppy back though?
You can give me your address.
She gonna drop that puppy off.
Right, I'm gonna drop your puppy back off. That's all. You can go see a man about a dog.
Hey, yo, if you got any relatives in the South and they say that shit when they getting ready to leave, especially if it's a dude, you know that nigga about to go get some pussy.
I'm gonna use that line now. You know that.
You gonna use that? You gonna use that?
Okay,
it works. I ain't using it in like 9 years.
Oh, here you go.
Sip your drink, sir. Sip your drink.
Oh shit.
I'm very, very single. I am not a serial monogamous.
This man retarded.
When I am in a relationship, I am very loyal and monogamous. I date exclusively. We have to establish that we're dating exclusively.
That conversation must happen.
Right.
That
I don't just
A lot of conversations don't have, and you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that always gets me is like with relationships, what was it saying? What's unknown don't need to be explained, or what's
Fuck that shit?
that shit needs. So you gotta tell me what the fuck.
Bitch, you better tell me.
You ain't gonna be throwing something at me, and I'm happy than the motherfucker.
There's
I'm
people
bringing.
that are being serial monogamous. That's
No.
what's understood.
No.
They don't have to
Let me
be
explain.
explained.
And
Yeah.
I just said, bitch, you better tell me.
Nah, that's your new nigga. That's new. Hey, look, look. Is we fucking, or we just fucking? That's like,
Right. What the fuck is fucking? Like,
It's-
if I give
you
you a
can't
real
fuck
dick, a
nobody
whole
else.
lot of dick. Like, I need to know.
a whole lot of dick. So you ain't give the whole dick the first time? You like, hey, baby, you getting C+.
On a scale of
Until
10
we
to
fucking.
balls deep, what is
Hey, that's the halfway. That's halfway, yo.
Hey, yo, this shit lit.
Had to walk off on that one.
Listen, I'm just asking.
Are you coming in with B+ or you going with A+?
I'm talking about balls deep in love.
No, I already said.
What my nigga Mike Jones say? Dick don't fail me now. I gotta tell you, sure. That's Missy.
She said, pussy don't fail me now. I gotta
Nah.
take this nigga out.
Yeah, well, the remix. The remix did.
Fuck
Dick
shit.
don't fail me now. I gotta tell shorty out. She don't want nobody else.
My man said,
For me.
fucking it with no socks on. Yo, bro.
Nah, bro. If you take your socks off, you fucking.
Yeah, nah, I'm.
That's what he said.
with
Oh,
you.
yeah. Oh, all right.
You fucking.
You can't, if you know how to toe slip out that bitch.
Oh man, yo, you have a.
And I mean, you standing up too anyway.
Bro,
So
you
you
wear
was
like
trying to get
no-shows.
something going.
You wear the no show.
Hey, man, so like, yeah.
Fucking sock slip off, and then you lose your fucking traction. Yeah.
Hey, an ex-friend was like, yeah, you gotta put the Timbs on when you smashing. I was like, why, bro? Do it. I was like, I got good grip, nigga.
Yeah, bro, you have some
It's mountain climbing.
How do you have grip on?
The carpet.
Yeah, your phone will be
So
sliding.
y'all
Yeah.
standing up?
You be like,
So y'all
Yeah.
giving it standing up to people that y'all ain't in a relationship with?
No.
Y'all doing 67 positions with people y'all ain't in a relationship with?
Mad shades of gray.
I'm confused.
Oh my god.
Stand up in it.
Sometimes you gotta stand up with it. Look.
Stand up in it.
Standing up in
So
it.
my bad levitated. Nigga, I gotta stand on my tippy toes. Small nigga problem. Like, yo, baby, move closer. Let me go ahead and step up.
Shoes and socks.
I gotta give it.
Don't you know me ugly when the girl tall?
You know, I always just mess with tall girls, bro.
Hold on. Don't come for tall girls because I'm 5'9".
I always just mess with tall girls. And this the
Don't come for us.
You be trying to put-
No. It's doggy style position. You be like this.
Yeah.
Like fucking niggas stand up on it. I'm off camera.
He is on camera.
That was my, it's
Oh,
leverage. Now you need shoes for that.
Yeah, you need shoes for grip and traction, man.
I don't
Y'all
keep
got
long
shoes
toenails.
on Like y'all
I
playing on
can't
running
grip
after.
floor. Huh?
No, it's not. No, that's not the case. That's not the case.
Y'all sound like y'all playing on hit and run.
Bro, what's that?
No. It's hit it. Not running with it.
What's that dude, Mr. Marcus, who
Oh,
with the hat on and the tails?
Yeah.
This nigga, he dressed to go to the club right after smashing and shit. Nigga, like yeah, get my pants, my shirt. You going to Magic City? Lord.
I feel like we went on such a tangent.
Yo,
We
we
really
went way
did.
left with this
We
shit,
really
yo.
did.
Y'all over here.
How we get from fucking with Tim's on?
And what is it? Reckless? What you say?
Yeah.
Tip the balls deep.
Hey, you still ain't answer though.
Right.
Do you show it with like a C+ dick on the first time, or you give it an A+ dick?
No, you definitely shouldn't. If y'all
You don't have a
give
dick.
it
This is not your conversation.
I'm telling y'all.
This is not your
I'm
conversation.
saying you shouldn't be
But
giving
alright,
A+
say
all
that-
the time.
I can answer that question.
Then y'all get mad. Then y'all be like,
I can answer
was
that
just playing it. I was just playing to deal with her one time. Now she calling me. You shouldn't have gave her A+ on the first time.
You the one that was calling nigga. Bag, where you at?
I don't be calling nobody. You call me, honey.
All right, so
you
look.
flip that.
So look.
Flip that hoop. Flip that hoop. Hey,
Look, yo.
flip that.
You gotta give us.
What are you expecting the first time? What are you as a woman expecting the dick level to be on the first go around?
I'm not expecting a lot.
You don't got high expectations.
No
So
high
what are you coming in with?
expectations
Those
for the
like,
first
is you like, all right, we just gonna fuck. That's it. Cool. I'll call you tomorrow. Or you expecting to get fucked and you be like sweat.
I'm not expecting that, but if it happens, though, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yo, that's so. All right, so hey yo,
I don't have it. We need some liquor here.
I do have a bottle. Look at the cabinet.
Come
shit
on.
right there.
Right now, you just now
I
entertain this,
just thought
man.
about it, bro. Like this shit's been up there.
I'm sweating.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on now. That I can
This
have.
guy holding out on us.
That you can have.
That I can have. Oh,
Just
hold
bring
on.
it over, man.
he got 2 sips in there.
Nah, that's more than 2 sips. If that's 2 sips for you, bless your
This
heart.
podcast, we'd like to tell you guys we're extending this podcast to a 2-part podcast because there was an introduction to actual drinks for the discussion. We were drinking minute beverages, which were consumed. Okay, you can't get it out. Yeah? I was trying to go on a, you know,
Oh, you was trying to do
which only contained. I don't even know how to contain it. Consumed. Don't judge me.
I don't know what's happening right now.
We went from 5% to 9% to drunk. We will conclude this podcast with these beverages.
I'm just keep drinking this wine because I'm not right over here.
No.
We all taking a shot.
Yeah, get the shot glasses, sir.
Oh, you taking shot?
No, over. Yeah,
That don't go in a shot.
over.
That don't go in a shot.
Hey, yo, that vacuum cute.
Listen,
chill out, man.
focus.
Bottom shot.
Oh, we got drink. It's cool.
That's all right. Just grab.
Just
4
keep
shots.
keep
No.
getting stuff to make shots.
Yeah, just get the. You need another. You need more shot glasses.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all
I'm
got a
talking on
lot
the podcast.
All right, yeah. Let him do what he need to do. All right, so
So what?
all right, so
So on the first few times,
okay.
on the first few times, what are y'all giving out? Y'all giving out A+? Y'all delivering A+? Listen.
So, all right. So you saying just for a shorty that we just trying to hit and never like.
Let's say somebody you actually talking to.
Because it depends. It depends on the woman what I'm gonna give her.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really does. Like, I'm not.
So what level? What gauges that you're gonna say? I'm coming in with A+ or I'm coming in with C-.
If I'm trying to see you like indefinitely, or I'm throwing out the A+ on the first go around.
Can y'all do that? Can y'all do
What
that?
you mean? Can we do that?
I mean, like if it's somebody that you've been talking to and it's already built up on the first time, can you give A+?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna beat off beforehand because I know what's gonna happen, so I'll get that first nut out. That shit gonna be out of here.
Y'all do be,
Nigga, I'm coming in on
y'all
round
be real
2.
confident that it's gonna happen.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all this.
You know what? If you've been living as long as I've been living,
But you living with a penis.
Living 2 more years.
that 2 years make a lot of difference. Man, so tell about it.
Any difference?
Look, it's experience. Tell about it, dog. Don't have me out
We
here.
not gonna do this shit right now.
What's happening here?
I don't know what's happening. Man.
What's
I'm so
happening?
confused. Are we taking this shot or not?
Let's go ahead and take a
taking this
shot.
shot.
Be like the only. I want my knees in the damn podcast, bro.
Bro, your face is in the podcast.
Yeah.
You are all the way
Them
in the
braids is
pocket.
in it. Them braids
All right.
is in
Oh
it.
no, bro.
It's gonna come back.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
What are we toasting to?
Clean.
Clean plus. To give another C+ ding dong.
I ain't toasting to that.
Today.
I
I'm
need at
drinking
least,
or whatever y'all.
I need at least B.
Okay, so you're expecting B.
I would like B.
Okay.
I'm not expecting B.
Yeah, we took it. He already took his shot.
But exceed my expectations is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And we start now. Drinks and discussion. That's the first shot I seen you take in a long time.
Ever.
You ain't seen me take shots in a while.
And she has to rock, bro. When she had a Ciroc, she took a shot.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was taking shots of Ciroc. I think
You
I
had
was
a cup.
mixing it.
You was mixing it.
Yeah, she was bringing her own.
It's the first time I took you took a shot.
In the first 10 podcasts.
45 weeks.
In the first 10 podcasts, she used to bring her own personal bottle of Ciroc, and it was the same Ciroc for all 10 podcasts. It was the same.
And who was the only nigga drinking it?
You.
Me.
And then you drank the rest of it.
What flavor was it? I'm just curious.
It was the red one.
The red one, huh? Yeah, that red
It was a
one.
good size bottle of
Yeah,
Ciroc.
It was the family edition.
It was a good size bottle.
Oh shit!
Did you come to us South Carolina when we seen Future before he was Future?
Mm-mm.
It
When he was the pass?
me.
He was the pass?
Nah, bro.
Was he the president?
Who was he?
Hey
I
yo,
got on a tangent, y'all.
the podcast went left, bro.
Nah. Like we went main event. It was me. What's the old girl that got on the playground?
That's Arabic right there. I know that shit anyway. I don't know what that say.
Let me see it. You're not gonna read it,
No.
man. So you can read, sir.
Look, it's on the comments of the podcast.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yeah, I can read it if nobody else can.
I'm a little.
We went to it was me, somebody else. I was filming, but
What's happening?
we went to the Future was just Tony Montana. Wait, before he was still popping in South Carolina with that, cause he a South Carolina nigga.
Okay.
And we went down there, but I ain't, in North Carolina, niggas ain't buying bottles of liquor. They buying champagne and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I walked in the club, bro, everybody had a bottle of Ciroc. Like, bro, it was chicks coming up to me like, you want a shot? Go. Like, waterfalling and shit in me.
Mm.
So I'm like, yo, what kind of club is this, bro? They look like a warehouse. Then Future came out. I didn't know who he was. He was still local as fuck.
Right.
Nobody ain't, but every South Carolina nigga in that bitch knew the words to the song. I'm like, what song? Y'all ain't never been played before me. Like,
Right.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But then you had little niggas like, if I'm small, niggas like this big walking around with the family edition. That's why Rashid, main event, he was like, yeah, they got the family size Cirocs. That's how I got that family size shit.
All right.
Where we at? Where we at?
I don't know.
We
were talking about giving them the C plus.
Yeah,
or the
C
C minus.
C minus or plus?
I don't know. What do we
What
give
are you
it?
showing up with? What would you? Even though
But you said B earlier.
she want to be.
I said that's my expectations. My expectations are at C level. But if you give me B, you have exceeded my expectations. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that's okay.
So this
So
where
I'm coming in with low expectations so I don't get high disappointment.
Oh, you one of them.
I know what it is. I've been around the block.
Yeah, if I want to see Shorty again, you know what I mean. I might give it that A minus. You know.
Oh, snap.
He coming in with goddamn. I can't do too much better, dick.
I'm gonna give it A minus if I want to see it again. I want to try to
I
impress.
can't do too much better, dick.
Yeah.
Was it good? It was. I got a little bit more for you.
Yeah, I got a little bit more for it.
All right.
Yeah, you in there with the Wally McWaller.
I'm gonna try to, you know.
Hey yo.
with the Wally McWaller. He said, I got 2 more levels for you.
And that's it. Then you win the game, nigga.
Right.
That's it.
Then you free Peach. She out the
shit.
castle. We good.
Free Peach, we out the castle. Why the same bitch be getting locked up by the same nigga?
Right.
I ain't never seen this.
Right.
Mario, what did you do? I hung up on the
Oh man.
But, I mean, if y'all, that's a lot for the first time. But I feel
Look at you like, I know. I got problems sometimes. I got problems sometimes.
As a woman, I probably should be on. I probably should be like, y'all should give A plus, right? That's what I should.
No. You say what real? You know what I'm saying? Say the real.
Yeah, I'm telling the real. That's you giving too much. On the
But
first time.
I feel like chemistry is a play. You know what I mean? So I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you go in with the thought process of this is gonna be that A, but it don't work out that way. You know what I mean?
Well,
Y'all
you
just
showed up with B. You thought you had A, then showed up with B.
No. Here's what I'm saying. here's what I'm saying. Like, I went in like, yeah, this is gonna be, crazy. But then, like, she started doing some weird ish, and then I kind of like threw
Like
me
what?
off.
Like she pulled the toes out and said, "Smell them."
Yeah.
Like, so what the fuck weird? What happened? What? Why are you spoiled, my niggas?
Yo, I think he trying to say is the chemistry between you and the young lady.
Right. It gotta be there.
Yeah, so
because I'm just saying, like,
because chemistry can bring if you got C plus dick and your highest is C plus. If you know you got C plus dick, if you got chemistry, if she like you, my nigga, that's gonna be like a B- for her. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a whole B. Maybe a whole B.
Yeah,
Bro.
maybe a
whole B.
So your C plus is gonna be a B for her?
Just because she like you though. No, that's what she tells you.
Right.
Look at her face. That's because she likes you. You gotta be. You gotta be.
So I mean, sex is mental.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
It's mental. So it's about the mental connection.
Which head?
Huh? Listen, for y'all, it's both. For y'all, it's the bottom head first.
Hey, get back. Go back.
First.
Come on, no.
First, it's the small brain first, and then the bigger brain.
I think it's the bigger brain and the smaller brain.
Sounds like never mind.
It's the bigger brain and the smaller brain. But the smaller brain like hijacks the bigger brain and fucks him up, punch him in the stomach a couple times, and the little brain takes over.
For me, sex is mental, so I can already tell. Like, if we don't have any kind of connection via communication, that's my first thing when I start talking to somebody. We got to have a phone conversation because I can tell strictly off the phone conversation if it's going to work out or not.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, it don't even have to be a long conversation. It can be like a good 5 to 10 minute conversation. And I can already tell you.
You fast judgmental, man. 5 minutes is speed dating.
It's not going to go.
Have you ever been speed
Because
dating?
no, I haven't. But I probably
Have you?
could.
No.
I probably
Have
could.
you?
I probably would be.
I want to see her speed date. I want to be like on the sideline, like watching.
Because I'd be like, next. Who's next?
Go.
Yo,
Hip hop Harry.
we're gonna end the podcast right here. Yo, appreciate y'all for listening, man. Special podcast, man.
We about to film another one, nigga. We can't stop now.
All right, no, we stopping right
We
here.
are not stopping now.
Y'all niggas is.
This
on
is too
1,000.
lit. You can't miss this shit.
No, y'all are on 1,000 right now. We about to hit an hour.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So we
All right,
I'm
man,
good.
we're at an hour
already.
bonus episode.
I'm good. AJ's still trying to record.
Yeah, they just still trying to
Because this is
record.
the shit that we talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what we talk about outside the podcast on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got a bonus episode coming to y'all. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this up. This host right here, the host of East Coast to West Coast, is B.A. Russell, KvngBak, and his fun.
We're gonna see mine is
He in his own
bonus.
zone, right?
All right. All right, man. Look, make sure y'all follow the podcast, man. D&D Pod on Instagram. Jason Podcast on YouTube and on Facebook. Make sure you follow me, KvngBak, KvngBak on all social media platforms. Miss V _D&D on Twitter and Instagram. PrimeTime _Naeem
PrimeTime _Naeem
on Instagram and
also check out my YouTube channel. Agree to disagree. That's agree. The number 2 disagree.
Hey.
all right, AJ New Wave Lil. Make sure you
Facts.
follow him on Instagram, cameraman, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.